in the jungle. More bad news from the Vietnamese set of Tropic Thunder, where a $4 million explosion charred the Asian location, and the camera wasn't even rolling. The brilliant Australian, known for his bad boy antics off-screen, is famous for his total immersion into any role he portrays.
Well, being an actor is no different than being a rugby player, a construction worker, save for the fact that my tools are the mechanisms that trigger human emotion.
Lazarus underwent a controversial pigmentation alteration procedure in order to play the platoon's African-American sergeant, Lincoln Osiris.
You make me happy.
After 15 years, Tropic Thunder has made it back into the controversial news space. Maybe it was racist because of this. Or maybe people are getting offended because of this.
Alpha, if you untie me, I will literally suck your dick right now.
I told you for the last time, I love the pussy.
I'll cradle the balls, stroke the shaft, work the pipe, and swallow the gravy. Get it over here, buddy. Let's do this.
Why Ben Stiller's comments about Tropic Thunder are still controversial. Suffice it to say, the film has not aged well. That is debatable. Every few years, Tropic Thunder reemerges and becomes a topic of conversation again. As of this week, the 2008 comedy is back due to Ben Stiller's recent comments defending it from criticism against Robert Downey Jr.'s character, Kirk Lazarus, a white actor who literally becomes a black person to play his part in a movie. The director and star took to Twitter to state he makes no apologies for Tropic Thunder, nor should he have to apologize for Tropic Thunder. He directed, wrote, and starred in the movie, and the movie was funny as hell. Anyway, and that he's aware it's been a controversial movie since its opening, but is proud of it. As if blackface weren't enough, Stiller's comments have now further stirred the pot. Let me put it to you this way, and because I know this has been an ongoing conversation since the movie came out. Yes, it was blackface with Robert Downey Jr.'s film. No, I don't think it was racist, but at the same time, he did it. It's Robert Downey Jr. playing a role.
Me? I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. What?
That's why I don't think it was inherently racist, because it was used for the comedic purposes of the character playing another character. It wasn't meant to be racial, or in the sense of, oh, we're attacking this community of black people or whatever. Anyway, it goes on to say, in Tropic Thunder, Stiller plays Tug Speedman, an actor who's trying to distance himself from his once successful role by making a war movie set and filmed in Vietnam, in a big satire of Hollywood itself. Yes, the whole thing is supposed to be satirical. The movie takes jabs at many common practices in the industry, like talent agencies, location filming, the obsession with practical effects, and of course, whitewashing. That too, that's a big issue. And now they're starting to do the reverse, and people are even getting upset with that. People got upset about the whitewashing. People are now getting upset that they're doing the reverse of that. You just can't win. Representing that, Downey Jr. plays Kirk Lazarus, a white actor who undergoes genetic treatment to literally change his genes and becomes black. That's an incorrect statement. He doesn't change his genes. He gets a skin graft.
Lazarus underwent a controversial pigmentation alteration procedure in order to play the platoon's African-American sergeant, Lincoln Osiris.
His skin is grafted with black over his white skin, which you see at the end of the film. He pulls the skin graft off.
Not Sergeant Lincoln, Luther. Lord of my Father O'Malley. Lord Neil Armstrong. be nobody.
You can't change your genes. He didn't change his genes. Like, that's an incorrect statement. In the context of this movie, I found funny, though, especially the way Robert Downey Jr. portrays the character. It was meant to be funny. That's how Ben Stiller wrote it. That's how he directed it. Kirk Lazarus is then the perfect character to do so because he is also the embodiment of yet another Hollywood trope that creates controversy every time someone mentions it: method acting. Yes, that's exactly what Robert Downey Jr.'s character, Kirk Lazarus, was doing, placing himself as a method actor. Method actors love talking about it, undergoing extreme physical changes for specific roles, and never leaving characters while on set, even if they are not filming in that moment. Remember Jared Leto using a wheelchair on the set of Morbius? That's the perfect example. I didn't even know that Leto did that. Tropic Thunder reflects an ongoing problem in Hollywood. Plainly put, it's still wrong, but the movie does pose a unique case for analysis, using racist practices to criticize themselves and show the audience how ridiculous they really are. Kirk Lazarus going through all that to become black for a role and then reverse to whiteness again is indeed ridiculous, and does expose how bizarre it is for Hollywood to keep hiring white actors to play the roles of characters of color. That part is ridiculous. The the whole thing that they're talking about with Robert Downey Jr. playing a character doing that, like hiring Robert Downey Jr. and writing that role, in my opinion, is not ridiculous. But the real world part of it is ridiculous. Even after Tropic Thunder came out in 2008, these things kept on happening, like Scarlett Johansson playing the lead in the live action adaptation of Ghost in the Shell, or Emma Stone playing the Asian female lead in Aloha. See, like those two examples are ridiculous. You should, if the role is an Asian role, or a Native American role, or a black role, you should hire an Asian, Native American, or a black actor to play those roles, not a white person or a person of any other race. Like, keep it true to the story. And this goes for anything. And like right now, people are getting so upset. The most recent thing being The Little Mermaid. People are getting so upset about them hiring a black person for a white character. It's the same. It's the same exact thing. Anyway, as we mentioned, Tropic Thunder is a big satire of Hollywood, and there is another racist trope it uses, having one black actor as a token of diversity. That's what Brandon T. Jackson's character, rapper turned actor Al Pacino, is all about. In an attempt to dodge criticism from Kirk Lazarus' blackface, the production for the movie within the movie hired an actual black person just so they can say, but hey, we're a diverse cast. But Al Pacino's is still a minor supporting role, with the leads belonging to three white men, one of them going so far as portraying the black lead in the movie.
And why am I in this movie? Maybe I just knew I had to represent. Because they had one good part in for a black man, they gave it to Crocodile Dundee.
Maybe some crab apples for dessert now, yeah? Hell yeah! Ha!
Hell yeah! Ha! That's how we all talk. We all talk like this, huh? Yes, huh? Yeah, get some crawfish and some ribs, ha! Yeah! You're Australian! Be Australian! Excuse me, Kangaroo Jack.
These two things then pose an equally relevant question that's also been making the rounds over the last few years, which is what the limits are for a comedy to make use of such things. Racism isn't funny by any definition, and Hollywood has a history of racial prejudice that it still seems to struggle to overcome. White people still dominate the Oscars and other award ceremonies, and white actors are still the first option to star whenever a studio plans a blockbuster. In 2008, though, the world was very different from today. Crucial social causes like racial equality and representativity were already important, of course, but they didn't have the same treatment by the major media outlets as they have today. Here we have a white person, Ben Stiller, writing and directing a movie where a white actor plays a white actor turning into a black character and all of a sudden, oh, we don't want racial jokes because it's racial and it's offensive. In this context, it's not offensive because it's satirical based off of real world issues and real world occurrences. Yeah, you even have another example. We had two black comedians doing whiteface, yet nobody had an issue with that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the two of the Wayans brothers playing white chicks in the movie White Chicks. That now it's two black guys playing two white females. Like, how is that not as controversial as Tropic Thunder with a white dude playing a white dude playing a black dude? Like, it's mind boggling that people are not putting this together. Despite its good intentions, though, Tropic Thunder is a movie that wouldn't, couldn't, and shouldn't be made nowadays. I beg to differ. People may disagree with me, but Tropic Thunder is a work of art. Ben Stiller did a great job with what he did with it. He's the artist behind it and he knows the message he wanted to convey. Exactly. That doesn't mean he also doesn't have a responsibility to understand how his movie can be deemed racist, because, especially by today's standard, it is. I disagree with that statement. Comedy is bound to offend anyone, whether it be one person, 100 people, or 1 million people. It's just bound to happen. That's what comedy is. If you're a snowflake, and if you're finding yourself very sensitive regarding a comedic joke, you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to watch it. You don't even have to respond to it. Just move on with your life and don't let it affect you so much. And I mentioned this in a video that I recorded earlier today, but I want to touch on it briefly here today. Someone earlier today called me fat man, and I just laughed at them because I am a man and I am fat. I am heavyset. Like, he didn't say anything that was false. But then again, he didn't say it to hurt me either. He said it in a jokingly way. I didn't take it offensive. But there are many other people who would have. Like, I, I just shrugged it off and laughed. And then for the rest of my interaction with him, I just kept on saying, yeah, I'm just a fat man, whatever. Like, I was joking around with him like that too, because it's just like, if you can't laugh at yourself, then you can't laugh at anything. Like, uh, the world, life is too short to go around living your life bothered by every little thing. Like, just be happy. The only thing that I can say is that people nowadays are so sensitive, and I just, I honestly cannot stand the world we live in anymore. Like, you really cannot win, no matter what you're doing. And people will find anything to complain about anything. Really. We are definitely living in a cancel culture. I will say, if you haven't seen Tropic Thunder, definitely watch it. And if you are going to watch it, watch the unrated version. If you have only seen the theatrical version, I would urge you to watch the unrated version because it is so much more hilarious than the theatrical version. And if you're sensitive, or you're a snowflake, or you take things too seriously, then stay away from this movie because you will not get it. And you will end up getting butthurt because of it if you're just very sensitive. Like, I don't know what else to say. Anyway, I love this movie. I feel like I've been recording this video for way too long now. 33 minutes for this video. So I want to post this do some edits and tweaks and whatnot. I hope it is perceived well. I'm pretty sure there's going to be people that disagree with me. It's fine. I expect people to disagree with me. But let's take it down in the comment section below. What do you think about Tropic Thunder? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you offended by it? Are you a sensitive snowflake? Are you a Karen? Are you going to report me for saying that? I don't give a fuck. Go watch Tropic Thunder again. It was hilarious. Anyway, that being said, I will leave you with this note.
Pop an ass open.